This is another repro video using another NAS cart. Today I got American Gladiators. Today I'm gonna convert this old shitty game that nobody wants into Journey to Silius. They use the same type of board. It's an SLROM, and Journey to Silius, the ROM, also supports SLROM also. Looking at this cart, I got this game from Sega Charles, and it cost me only $3.95, not including tax. So that tells you nobody's gonna play this stupid game. You know, I know there's some advocates out there that want people to stop using NES games, legitimate NES games, for as donors, because they want to preserve them. But to be honest, why would you want to preserve this game? This is horrible. So, I mean, I got it. I understand the reasoning. There's a lot of good games out there that you don't want to repro in. To be honest, I wouldn't use them as donors either. I'm only looking for really horrible games just like this one right here. And I'm not going to listen to some buffoon telling me not to use these cards. You know, you find other means. There's no cheaper alternative to get reproductions other than using old shitty games like this. And there's no reason to keep these. You know, nobody wants them. Nobody's going to play them unless we make something else out of them. And this game has to go. Opening this game up, you can see it's a SLROM. It says it right here. That has a CH-ROM. This has to go. It's not RAM, so it has to go. And it's 32 pin. Now the PRG is using a 28 pin PROM, but because the game's a little bit large, I'm going to be using a 32-bit EPROM. Specifically the M27C 2001. I just had to desolder the last 4 pins out here to make it accessible. But with that said, let's get rid of this chip. I already desoldered them ahead of time, off camera. Get rid of them. Now my board's prepped. The way that I desoldered this board, I don't have a desoldering gun to remove these EPROMs. All I have is a temperature controlled soldering iron, which has excellent control, and this cheap $4 manual hand pump. It's never failed me, and it works really well. All I have to do is clean the inside every once in a while, lubricate it with WD-40, that way the solder doesn't stick in on the sides, and it pumps out the solder once heated out of the pinholes, and it does minimal scarring on the PCB, preserving the pinholes, maintaining excellent contacts. So I know a lot of people on YouTube talk badly about these pumps, but they're not bad at all. They're actually pretty good. The only reason I see anybody using these desoldering gun is because, one, they want to get it done quickly, or they do a lot of repros. Or, you know, okay, to be honest, another one is the issues with their hands. Maybe like arthritis, or they're injured. They have some type of injury that prevents them from using 100% of their hand control, of their fingers, you know. So obviously it may make it difficult for them to use something mechanical like this continuously over and over. It might cause them a lot of pain. So I can see why they would use a desoldering gun. But if there's nothing wrong with your hands and you have perfect control, go ahead and use that pump. It's really good to use. It's really easy, and it's cheap on the wallet. So before I start actually burning my EPROMs, I actually go onto the internet and go onto NES card database, and on this website I actually cataloged all the cards. And right now, using the search bar, specifically the PCBs, the class and the mappers, I typed in SLROM, and a very large list came out. showing what games I can make from American Gladiators, um, from Avadox to Adventure of Lolo 3, and I do believe I can make Scat. That's actually a very expensive game, a legitimately expensive game to purchase if it was for an original, but you actually can make a copy of this here using SLROM, and I've already made it, and it's already up in the other room. But actually, it's a very good game, but it's not worth like no $200. I wouldn't pay that. I'd rather pay $5 for a shitty game like American Gladiators, and about $2 for those EPROMs, and burn it and rewire them to make a cheap reproduction of it, because it's not worth whatever price they're asking for. What other games you can make? Let me see. Yeah, you can make Snow Brothers. That's another expensive game. But again, I'm not willing to pay that much money for this game. It's not even really that good. I mean, it's okay, but it's not worth, again, about $100 just to have this game. I think it's worth a little bit more. Well, matter of fact, let me check that out. Holy smokes, man. Snow Brothers NES Authentic, 100%, $250. Hey, look, that's a reproduction. I already could tell it's a reproduction. $23. Another reproduction, $39. Or a legit one, $191. This is outrageous. Literally just making the card that I'm making now, it's gonna cost me under $8, maybe $7. You know, not worth whatever this thing costs. You wouldn't even be happy. Imagine you bought this thing for $375, or what, $219, or let's just say $100. You think you'd be happy playing this thing? Playing this on the Nintendo? You're gonna feel ripped off. It's not worth paying that much money for this real game. Just make a repro. Use a shitty game like the one I'm using, and make a reproduction. You're gonna be way happier. You spend a little money on a game that you enjoy, and you can enjoy it. You're gonna be happy knowing that you got yanked for about $100, $200, $300 for this game. You know, look at Scat. That's another one. Oh man, that's a heart attack right there. That's $439, $500, $100 for this thing, $137, $4 for whatever this is, $84. Oh, that's not so bad. I still wouldn't pay that. Nowhere near that. I'd pay take this take this 95 out and just put $8. That's how much I'd pay. That's it. I won't pay none of that garbage. Man, you got some buffoons thinking that's totally worth it. You know, they want you to, you know, a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of collectors or whatever on the websites, they recommend you playing this game. You know what? If you want to do reproductions, use a Raspberry Pi. Use a computer. Use an emulator. It's the same goddamn thing. Well, anyways, let's look at this. Silius. There on the database, SLROM, 128. Right there. I'm not going to use that type of chip. I have to use a chip, an EPROM, twice as large as this, but it's alright. See? And then you have American Gladiators, same thing, SLROM. It meets the same specifications as Journey Silius. So these games are compatible. And I'm not going to be using any ROM hacking on this, so I'm going to leave it alone. Going into a ROM, it's another program, so you can find it online. You look at American Gladiator, you can see down here what type of boards it's compatible with, SKROM and SLROM. Well, SKROMs, they use saves, and both these games don't have any save features. Just like Journey to Silius, right here. Same type of game. They use SKROM and SLROM. And again, both of these don't have any save features. So, now that I know these are totally compatible, I'll just make sure my ROM works. Yep. Let me see. Let me start the game up. Okay, game works. So go back to family ROM. When I was wrong, I have to switch these EPROMs to 27C 220 because I don't have that type of EPROM. So once I do that, I hit split, and once I hit split, I should have a CHROM, CHR, and PRG files to put into my EPROMs. And I was telling you 128, that was half the size of whatever this EPROM I'm using. So it just doubles it up. So it fills the whole EPROM to 256. Alright. I'm going to use my top loader 3000. It's a very easy to use programmer. I recommend it. It's pretty easy. It does what I needed to do. Once I open it up, I'm going to start. I don't want to use the 27C 512s. Those are too small. So I'm going to change out the EPROM, and the ones that I've used, I'm going to use this one right here, M47C 2001. That's the one I'm using. And let me clear out this other mess. Boom, it's all gone. Once I'm using that, I'm going to load up my CHR first. Let me see, hack, join the Silius. There you go. I'll use the CHR first. Boom. All this stuff I'm going to leave alone. Boom. It's ready. Before I start programming these, I have to label these because I don't want to forget which I have programmed because they're identical. I'm going to forget which one's the PRG and which is the CHR. So I'm going to use a little label. Now that I'm done, let's start rewiring to the board. Alright, now that I'm done programming my EPROMs, these old chips, I can place them aside. I'm not going to need them anymore. Starting off with the PRG, there's a couple things I got to have to do before I actually put them onto the board. Is I have to bend up several pins. With this notch inside, that tells me the direction on where I'm going to place the EPROM. Just like this, it'll be facing this direction to the right. This is pin number 1. This is pin number 16. All the way down, starting here, 17, all the way to 32. Pins 1 and 2 have to be bent up. Pin 24, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 has to be bent up. And pins 32, pins 31 and 30. And before I solder any wires onto them, I'm going to clip these ends because they're just going to get in the way once I start closing up the when I place the case on top of them. The case won't close if you don't have them trimmed up. They'll be sticking out too far. My flux, I actually use an Amtech, this brand here from Amtech. It does really good to transfer the heat across the plane you're going to be soldering onto. I only need a little bit. Oh shoot, I think I added too much. It's all good. I used 28 gauge wire. Now for this will be moved. Pin 2 we'll go through a hole 24. 24, pin 24 will go to the ground, and for this EPROM, the M27C 2001, ground can be found here in pin 16, and that's where I'm going to attach the ground to, pin 24 to this pin. And for pin 30, it'll go through hole number 1. Pin 24, I don't need that much wire. I'm going to cut this excess. There you go. Just hanging over a little bit. A little bit of flux. PRG side, pin 30 to hole number 1, and pin 2 to hole number 24. 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. Okay, once I do that, orientate my chip, pull everything through nice and neat, make sure I don't get them crossed. Alright. I'm going to leave these wires alone for right now, but in order to hold it, I'm going to solder that in place. There you go, now it's not going anywhere. My CHR. Now this one's a little bit different. I tend to find the little notch right here. That's the top. Pins 1 and 2 have to be bent up. Pin 22 has to be bent up. And pin 24. 30 and 31. You actually have to cut these ends too. Now that it's prepped, I have to place some flux on pin 2, 22, and 24. Pin 2. I'm not going to cut that off, that's fine. Now moving on to pin 22. Pin 24. Now this is a little bit different. Now for this one, pin 24, instead of going to ground, it actually goes to pin 2. 2 goes to hole 24. 22 goes to hole 31. A little tough, that's alright. Just like the PRG, let me seat these in real quick. As you can see, I got a bunch of wires hanging off the bottom. That's too easy. Clip them all the way here flush to the other pins. That's all you need. Now I have to remove the plastic sheath off them. It's that easy. Just put a soldering gun on them. Just get them off. They come out pretty easy. Alright. Now that I removed all the plastic, I'm going to start soldering it. Looks alright now. Alright, it's good. Well, let's see if it works. Oh shit, son! Oh, what the fuck? See, this game works. These chips can go into my EPROM storage. You know, in case, you know, ever want to play American Gladiators again. You know, because I can find it in those chips. Bam. Now I got my own copy of Journey Silius. This poor game, you know, even though it should have never been created, reborn as another game, a good game, said this piece of shit. You know, again, people like to say, hey, stop destroying old Nintendo games, you know, for reproductions. You know, we have to preserve them. Again, don't listen to those buffoons. This is a shitty game. Nobody's gonna play these shitty games. Alright? That's why it's only $3.95 after almost 30 years. It's only worth $4. You know, this is garbage. There's no reason to preserve this. It's already preserved as a ROM on file. You can play it in the emulator if people want to play it. I could have made New Ghostbusters 2, the European version, but you know what? I already made that. During the Silius, one of those games I wanted to have, never came. I mean, I guess it did come in pretty... No, it never came out. And I wanted to play it. It's a good game. It's a hard game.